This is Scott and Dominica with Don'tForgetToPackTheKids.com.
When you travel the world, you never know what bathroom facilities you're going to have access to.
Just kidding. At least in this case, this is no longer a used outhouse, but it's an actual outhouse that came with a house that we rented. Luckily, there's indoor plumbing this time, but in a lot of places, there's not. Even in the village we're in here, about half of the houses don't have indoor plumbing, maybe more. Actually, we've looked at quite a few houses, and it's actually relatively uncommon. But as you travel around Europe, one of the most important things that you're going to find is that bathrooms are not what you expect. Even if they're indoor plumbing, that may be fine. It's that they're never what you're used to. In America, we're used to incredibly homogeneous bathrooms. Everyone knows that you're going to have either a traditional bathtub with a shower or something very similar to it, or just a shower stall, but it'll be basically something that you expect. No surprises. The water will work how you expect. It's just predictable and easy. And there's always a toilet that works the way you think. Come to Europe, and even in the best situations, you're probably looking at a toilet with multiple buttons, often with a pull tab, sometimes with completely different innards, so that if it breaks, you have no idea how to work on it. In many countries, you may be dealing with a squatty, which literally means a hole in the ground. It's porcelain, but it's still on the ground. There's no instructions. It's not something you're used to. You've really got to adapt, and that's just the toilet. Start looking at other things. Bidets are common, which are great. It's wonderful to find them everywhere. And of course, if you're panicking or confused, you could just not use it and do things the old-fashioned way. But it's an entire step that Americans are not used to. And that's just the beginning. The bigger thing is the showers or the baths or neither or just whatever's available. It's common to have kind of a marked out area on the floor with no curtain and no sides and no shower head, just a shower head dangling that you have to hold. What do you do with it when you're not actually, you can't get both your hands? I don't even know. I have no idea what people do. It's crazy. And you run into other problems. We lived in Greece for a while, and one of the most surprising things, brand new modern house, absolutely gorgeous, and they left us a note. Please don't flush toilet paper because the city sewer can't handle it. Really? So you have to put that stuff into garbage bags. Is there garbage pickup at the house? No, there's not garbage pickup at the house. You have to walk it downtown to the main intersection, right in front of the restaurant, in front of the store on the corner, in front of Main Street, and dump the stuff you would normally flush into a big box that people pick up.
I never took out the garbage.
So little things that you have to get used to, or just be prepared for the unexpected. When in Bulgaria, we had a very nice bathroom in an apartment that we rented. They just had, and we knew that this happened sometimes. It was the first time it happened to us. The room had a toilet and a shower. Didn't have a sink. If you want to wash your hands, you had to go elsewhere. But for just if you had to use the toilet, or if you needed to take a shower, you only had this one little space. And it's hard to describe. It's just a shower head on the wall and a hole in the floor, a drain. There's no demarcation between the toilet and the shower space. You could do both at the same time if you needed to save time. It's very odd, and things that you will never find in the United States. So this is very important that when traveling abroad, even in Europe, where you might think that these things would never be so strange that you wouldn't know what to do, be prepared that every given bathroom situation might be something you're not prepared for.
And the most important thing is be open-minded and don't let a silly thing like your bathroom ruin your trip.
Absolutely. Figure out, plan ahead, don't wait for it to become an emergency, and possibly most importantly, always carry a small amount of cash. In the United States, it is very common to the point where it's simply expected that all bathrooms are free. In Europe, it is the opposite. They expect you to pay for almost any public bathroom. Just be prepared for that. In most cases, it's €1 or less. In many places, like Moldova, we found it was about 5 to 10 cents. Very inexpensive. This isn't someone trying to rip you off. This is simply they want to maintain the bathrooms, and it costs money, and running them as a public service does not make sense.
And sometimes the bathroom attendant, their wage is actually the money that you pay to use the bathroom. So you can think of it in a positive way, because some of the cleanest bathrooms that I've ever used in the world were in places where I had to pay less than €1 to use the bathroom.
Right. And the important thing is just be prepared. It's not a lot of money. It's not an amount of money you would worry about. Europeans certainly don't worry about it. They are just in the habit of always carrying a little bit of money with them so that they're always able to use the bathroom when they need to. That's the biggest piece of advice that I can give, other than don't panic. People who live in these places use these bathrooms every day. They work, and sometimes you just have to think a little bit about it, use some common sense, or go on the community and ask some questions. If you don't know what the bathrooms are likely to be like in the country that you're headed to, definitely go on don't forget to packthekids.com, ask some questions. Chances are someone will have some pictures, maybe even someone from that country can tell you what they're used to seeing. Definitely travelers like us, we've been to many countries and seen a variety of things in different places, and you get used to it and you know what to do as you experience more and more places. So leave a like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions on the video itself, leave them below. We're so glad that you could come out and watch us, and let us know how we can give you more travel advice and more travel information and bring you along in more and more exciting places. Thanks.